Krieg, have you procured a DVD reader? I have. It's right here. Good. This should only take me a moment. Everything appears to be functional. The disc should be ready to play. Well, don't keep us in suspense. Start the damn thing already.
Killer Krieg went to the trouble of fetching everything. Let him do the honors.
Hemi, I think we found her after all this time. Feuerschwinger. I knew that she wasn't dead. She survived the dragonfall just as I always said, and I was right. Taking a team to the Sox to retrieve her. The radiation be damned. We'll take appropriate precautions, of course, but we must go. Hermie, I think the body may be nearby as well. She has somehow survived for all this time. May not be back for some time. Look after Mom, okay? I worry about her. And Hermie, stay out safe out there. I know things are heating up in Berlin, and I know you. Student protests, civil uprising, and you'll be in the middle of it, I'm sure. Just stay safe, alright? And I'll do my best to do the same. I don't know what's going to happen when I step inside the Sox, but I do know one thing. If the Fire Wing is still a danger, I will put an end to her, once and for all.
Found the message that Adrian left me all those years ago. Got it cleaned up as best as I could. Strange hearing his voice again. It's good to hear him, even if he didn't insist on calling me Hermie. Dr. Adrian Falclair, the hero of the people, the Dragon Slayer, my brother. It's hard to believe it's been almost 20 years. Alright, so I'm going to start recording these DVDs again. For me, for Adrian, or whoever might wind up watching them. Every time I do this, it winds up feeling like a waste of time, but I keep doing it anyway, on the off chance that I'll find something important. If I stumble into the clue that leads me to my brother, I know that I'm going to want it on film. I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, after all. No sense in quitting now. Christ, 20 years. All this time, and still no leads. Even with all of my contacts and my resources. Even with my legendary bullheadedness, I've made no progress at all. I haven't turned up a single goddamn thing. Want to hear something funny? The closest I've gotten to a clue was a rumor. Apparently a team emerged from the Sox a while back. Nobody's clear on the date, but get this. Supposedly, they vanished without a trace. Not much of a rumor, considering I already know that you're gone, big brother. I live with that every day. Stumbled upon this archival footage of Feuerschwinger's original attack. Months before the Dragonfall, easy to forget how devastating it was. And Adrian saved a lot of people by bringing her down. I've got all the footage queued up today. Starting it now. Additional comments to follow.
Again, for those of you just joining us, we're coming to you live from Stolberg. A few hours ago, the dragon Feuerschwinge launched an unprovoked attack on this sleepy Harz mountain town. You can see the results behind me: fire, ashes, and blood. We are joined tonight by a survivor of this latest and most horrifying attack. Sir, I understand that you've been through a terrible ordeal. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us tonight.
Yes, of course.
If you could, sir, could you please tell the people at home about your experience of the attack?
It was horrible. Just pure chaos. So many people are dead. People I knew, roasted alive, or trampled to death trying to escape. My own house was burnt to the ground during the attack. My family. We have nothing now.
You all made it through the attack, though. Your wife, your kids.
Yeah, we all made it. Thank God. We rode out the attack in a small shelter, me and my wife, and our 2 daughters. The shelter, it protected us, but the heat was just unbearable. We couldn't have stayed in there much longer than we did.
How long were you holed up in there?
3, maybe 4 hours? I don't know. We just stayed inside until the heat died down and the screaming stopped.
And what happened after that?
When it was over, you know, the air cooled down, and we stepped outside. There was nothing left, just smoldering wreckage, and this dense cloud of black, oily smoke. The stench in the air. Oh my God, that smell. It smelled like roasting meat. My girls. They found what was left of their nanny outside. Her body, what was left of it, was slumped against the shelter door. I kept telling myself that I couldn't hear pounding to get in, but that isn't true. I could. I just couldn't bring myself to open that door. I couldn't risk my family like that. Not for her, not for anyone.
Thank you, sir, for taking the time to speak with us.
Yeah.
You heard it here, an absolutely chilling account of tonight's attack. Again, the town of Stolberg has been reduced to ash, another victim of the Fire Wing. Stay with us for more up-to-the-minute reporting on Feuerschwinge's Reign of Terror. Okay, it's time for a new approach. Adrian's a complete dead end. That's pretty much clear by now. So I'm gonna do some digging on the Feuerschwinge instead. Let's see where this goes. Well, that was a bust. Little progress on das Feuerschwinge either. I don't know, it's weird. The information is there, it's just wrong somehow. It's too well laid out, too simple. Real life is messy, and this just feels a little too neat. That's not the only thing that's nagging at me. I'm getting that tingly feeling all up the back of my neck again. Feels like I'm being tracked. I'm no Matrix hotshot like Clockwork or Schaefer, but I'm good enough to know when someone's on my scent. Gotta install some new security measures. Can't be too careful. Christ, I'm getting too close to something. This is the trails of bodies. There have been disappearances. Gearbox, Martian, Peregrine. They've all disappeared within the past few years. Gearbox just went AWOL yesterday. They were all making the same sorts of inquiries about the Fire Wing that I've been. There are ghost stories spreading about the Deca community.
Stories about Deckers disappearing and then showing up, but wrong somehow. Scary stuff. I'm starting to think that it's true. I know the stories he's talking about, Chief. Never really put too much stock into them. Until now.
These rumors be related to what's happening here? Am I being paranoid?
No. I don't think so. Something big is happening here, and I'm right in the middle of it.
That's a bit of a leap.
One other thing. Tolstoy told me a story about this kill team that might be related to all this. Apparently a Decker named Hellbore posted a theory about the Feuerschwinge into the Shadowland BBS about 5 years ago. About an hour later, a mil-spec team showed up in the meat space and cooked their entire appointment, with her in it. What Tolstoy told me was true. Hellbore live posted the events. She described her killer, this great big orc with skin grafts. Then the whole thread disappeared, gone without a trace.
Lee by glove. Sounds like he's on the right track to me.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This has got to be about Feuerschwinge, all of it. Adrian was right about her. She's still alive, and she's out of the socks. She's covering her tracks, working in the shadows, preparing to rise again. And that means I have to find you, Adrian, for everyone's sake. Thankfully, I've got a lead. For the first time in 2 decades, I've got a solid goddamned lead. I've backtraced all of the Matrix nodes that Hellbore was looking into, back before she got cooked. Whoever's been purging the Matrix didn't think about that. And I found that she'd turned up. A set of map coordinates. So now I've got a target, place to start digging. The Harfeld Manor, conveniently located on an isolated stretch of countryside, miles away from prying eyes. Matrix records indicate that some sort of data vault exists beneath this estate, so that's what I need to get into.
And this is where we came in.
I think I'm going to tap Schaefer for this job. She's got the skills to bypass whatever security they're running out there. She's gullible enough to take the job in the first place. I'll field her some line about the flux state, and she'll eat it up with a spoon.
I found her.
Time to put plans into motion. By this time tomorrow night, I should have some information that I need. And on the off chance that Schaefer gets taken out, well, that'll tell me something true. Can't make an omelet and all that. Until then. Suspicions confirmed. Schaefer dead. Christ. Okay. Back up. Slow down. Start from the beginning. What's a call from my contact? This cruise beta? Schaefer killed on the estate run. Matrix security at the estate cooked her brain. Considering Schaefer's skill and excellence, on-site ice must have been extreme, even by Berlin standards. Security of that kind costs money. Real money. Given the evidence uncovered so far, corporate involvement unlikely. The connection to the Firewing is too strong. So, let's come right out and say it. The dragon is what we're dealing with here. And the smart money says that she's coming for me next. Well, I won't go down without a fight. I've still got my contacts. Still got my connections. And the flux state can be a hell of a weapon for a man who knows how to manipulate it. Time for me to make my play. Ghost stories or no, missing Deckers or no, I've got to jack into the Matrix and start pulling strings. The countermeasures that I installed should be more than enough to keep me safe for the 20 minutes I'll be in there. Schaefer's death was tragic. She was a staunch supporter of the F-state, but still, all things considered. Better hers than me. If you're watching this, then I guess they caught up with me. They will be after you too now. What the hell is this? Why didn't you warn me about this before I came here? We didn't know. Not exactly. Not exactly? I didn't come here to get hunted by a dragon. I'm not even part of this.
You are now, whether you like it or not. So quiet down and stop bothering him.
Whoever you are, whatever you do, you need to find Dr. Adrian Faulkner. Not because he's my brother. Because if the Feuerschwinge is rising again, he's the only one who can stop her. You've seen what happens to the people who get too close to this. I'm dead. Dozens of others have died. You'll be next unless you can find Adrian.
A dragon. Son of a bitch. Green Winter sent us up against a dragon. The Firewing. She lives.
I'm really starting to regret the fact that I didn't just stay at the hotel.
Wait a second. We don't know for certain. The evidence seemed pretty clear to me, love. I'll even take it a step further. I think that secret facility we stumbled onto was her lair. Just think about it. The decker that Winters got those coordinates from was posting about the Feuerschwinge. When she was killed by some orcish bastard that attacked us after Monica died, there's a direct link between the dragon, the Scarred Orc, and the Harfeld Manor. And then Winters was killed by the same thing that killed Monica. Exactly. My gut tells me that the dragon is down there, Killer Creek. Someplace far beneath the surface. I think that we knocked on the door to a lair without even knowing it. I think that, given with what we've seen, the dragon will do whatever it takes to keep us quiet about it. Okay, going on the assumptions that there is a dragon, and that she will come after us, what do you propose we do about it?
I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna follow Winter's advice. We're gonna find Faulkner.
Yes, Killer Krieg is right. Finding Dr. Faulkner should be our priority. If we're going up against a dragon, we need to find ourselves a dragon slayer.
Winter spent 20 years searching for Faulkner, and it got him nowhere. How do you propose that we find him?
With the help of an information broker.
Do you have any suggestions?
For a task of this magnitude, we need to make contact with the premier information broker in Berlin. We need to talk to Alice. Who is this Alice? Most prominent figure in Berlin's shadow community, ex-Schockwellenreiter. She provides information retrieval services for the F-State. If Winters was right, if Faulkner is still alive, she can help us find him. Here, your key to speak with Alice. An encoded cred stick. Yes, 10,000 Newton. Alice will not show her face for less. This represents the last of my personal savings, Killer Krieg. Makes this meeting count. Where do I need to go? Take the U-Bahn to the Altstadt Spandau. You will find a connecting tube that the locals refer to as the rabbit hole. You'll find a method of contacting Alex there.
Don't call it that in front of her, though. Word on the street is that she hates it.
Please hurry. While you're out, we'll work on acquiring new contracts for the team. Alice is the best there is at what she does, and her services carry a price tag to match.
Center stage, sitting behind a large mahogany desk, is the silhouette of an impressive-looking woman in a charcoal gray suit. The tip of a cigarette glows cherry red in the shadows. She leans forward in the light, and you catch your first glimpse of Alice. Her face is all hard planes and sculpted angles, with high cheekbones and almond eyes. Her lips are painted a frigid blue, but the look in her eyes is even colder. A head of lustrous black hair is interspersed with flowing streams of cyan light. Alice exhales a plume of smoke, then tips her cigarette into a nearby ashtray. She fixes her eyes on you, and her lips curl into a humorless smile. We're on your dime, friend. Tell me what you're looking for. I need you to find someone for me. Dr. Adrian Fauclair. The Dragon Slayer? Interesting. He's been missing for a long time. I'm surprised you even recognized the name. Trivia is a passion of mine. In my line of work, it comes in handy. Charming. Alright, here's how this is going to work. When you give me the go-ahead, I'm going to start gathering information for you. Once I've finished, you're going to bring me a cred stick encoded with an encryption key that I'll provide you. That cred stick will have 50,000 nuyen on it. When I get my cred stick, you get your information. This is the deal. Take it or leave it. Alright, you've got a deal. Okay, but remember, you say go, and I go. From that point on, you're on the hook to pay me my fee. No turning back, no refunds. Are we square on this? Yeah, we're square. Good. I'll be in touch.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
I need some tech and I'm on a tight schedule. Show me what you've got. I can't afford any of the ESPs for my Decker. We're just going to have to make do.
Killer Krieg, did you make contact with Alice?
Yes, I did. She accepted your payment, and I ordered the search for the information we need.
Very good. I can't imagine that this will be cheap. What was Alice's stated price?
You're right on that count. 50,000 new yen.
It is about as I had expected. Thankfully, we are prepared for this. I've established contact with a number of new clients. You can find information on the jobs logged on your mission computer. One job's file is on there already. While you're working to earn Alice's fee, I will continue to dig for clues about the Feuerschwinger. If she is in fact roosting under the Harfield banner, there must be some evidence to support that fact. A dragon is a large thing to hide, after all.
Be careful, Paul. Remember what happened to Monica.
I will never forget. Don't worry, Killer Krieg. I'm going to conduct my investigations the old-fashioned way. Through contacts and deduction and careful observation. I will not check into the Matrix until this entire sorry episode is finished.
That's probably wise.
Speaking of doing things the old-fashioned way, Walid is working to recover information off those other DVDs. It's a painstaking process, and it will not be quick, but she's optimistic that she will be successful in time. Finally, I've been checking up on our friend, the orc with the screen graphs. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I'll keep you appraised as the situation develops.
Sounds good, Paul. I'll go check up on those other jobs.
One last thing before you go, Killer Krieg. Samuel Beckenbauer wanted me to pass a message to you. Do you know him? The orc who runs the shelter across the way?
Don't know the man. Sorry.
Well, he has a job for you. He wouldn't discuss it with me, but he promised that it would prove worth your time.
I'll keep that in mind.
Look, I owe you an apology.
Oh? Is that so?
Yeah, it is. When Monica died, I was pissed. That probably doesn't come as a huge surprise, but I took that anger out on you, and I shouldn't have. Seeing Winter's body like that was enough to convince me. I couldn't have done anything to help Monica, and I couldn't have either. We're dealing with something new. Monica was a good friend of mine. Her death hurt. I got carried away and I said some things that I shouldn't have. I want to apologize for that. Anyway, That's all I wanted to say.
Good, but there's a few things that I want to say.
Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you.
I accept your apology, but if you ever insult me like that in front of the team again, you're going to regret it. That's a promise.
Some backbone. That's good to see. Don't worry, Killer Krieg. I won't question your competence again. Not in front of the others, at least. But I won't lie. I still have some concerns about you.
That's your prerogative. But don't forget who leads this team.
Don't worry, I won't. You should go, fearless leader. I've got prep work to do for our next run. And you've got more important things to do than watch me pack my gear.
Very well. But one more thing, Iger. Kommando Spezialkräfte. I was part of it too. Don't forget that. That must be Samuel Beckenbauer. At the sound of your approach, the orc turns to face you. He wears a severe expression, but there is kindness in his eyes.
Ah, hello, human. As you can see, I'm in the middle of this conversation with my assistant.
But we do not want to be impolite. Is there something that I can do for you? I heard that you wanted to talk about a job.
Yes, I do. Thank you for coming so promptly. Tell me, what do you know about the Humanist Poly Club?
Not a lot. I don't pay attention to politics.
Humanist may call itself a poly club, but its goals are anything but political. The organization's true objective is to spread fear and hatred of the metahuman races. Humanist's bloody rhetoric helped to instigate the Night of Rage.
Keep talking.
Yesterday, I heard one of the assistants talking on his comm. He was yelling, clearly agitated. I questioned him, and he confided in me. What he told me made my blood run cold.
What did he tell you?
His brother Tuck works for a smuggling operation based in Schottennest. Apparently, these smugglers have accepted a contract from Volker Stahl. Stahl is a vicious ideologue, and the leader of the Berlin chapter of Humanus. The cargo that the smugglers are delivering includes a large quantity of extremely hazardous chemical agent. Naturally, this fills me with unease. Whatever Stahl has planned, it can't be good for us. I want you to infiltrate the smuggling operation that is delivering the shipment. Once you arrive at the Humanist compound, you'll find out what they're planning to do with the chemical and put a stop to it.
Let's talk compensation. what does this gig pay?
I've contacted sister organizations across Berlin and taken up a collection. Between us, we have raised 22,000 Nuyen as payment. I trust this will be sufficient?
I'll do it. Count me in.
Excellent. I am relieved. I will make the arrangements for your meeting with the smugglers. Their leader is an elf who calls himself Maxim. Take the U-Bahn to the Schottennest, and you will find him waiting there. Best of luck to you, Killer Krieg, and good hunting. Know that you are doing a great thing for the metahumans of Berlin. Your efforts will not go unrecognized.
Glad to be of service. We need to make sure that we have absolutely everything we need before we do this. And I have to decide who I'm going to take. Do I play against my weaknesses and take glory? Or do I take Iger and have more of the same of my own types of skills? Experience tells me that I need a varied team with very different specialties. I think I'll take glory. Have for leftover gear anyway. The med kits. Thank God I got as many of those as I could. We may have to try some of these drugs to survive. I don't really like to do that, but it may be our only choice.
Killer Krieg, greetings. Is there something I can do for you?
I don't need anything. I'm sorry to have bothered you. I think I'm going to take the Humanus gig, Paul. That was what Samuel Beckenbauer wanted to talk about. We'd better be careful. Trick.
Figured I'd run into you here, boss. I want to be sure that I caught you before you headed off. Killer Krieg, we have to talk about this Humanus gig.
All right, but make it quick.
Well, I've got a history with Humanus. Fought him back in 39, during the Night of Rage. Hell of a thing that was. I watched the terror, the senseless violence. They murdered children. I remember this little dwarf boy. They stuffed his body into the gutter, Killer Krieg. I can still see his face, all bruised and broken. To this day, it makes my blood boil. Anyway, long story short, we beat him.
Villains, punks, and anarchists all came together. We stomped the living dreck out of those racist pigs. A lot of good people died that night, but we put down some of the bad ones too. Let me guess, you want to come on the Humanus run so that you can finish the job. That's part of it, sure, but that's not the whole story. I don't just want to come on this run, boss. I have to come. It's my nephew, Alexander. He signed on with Humanus. Driven to it by his worthless sack of a dad, no doubt. Keep talking. I've got to get Alexander out of there, Killer Creek, before it's too late. Those monsters are expert at warping young minds. It's disgusting how their ideology propagates. So I'm asking you as a personal favor to let me come along on this run. I have to get into that compound, Killer Creek. I have to find Alexander. And I have to turn him around before those animals make him do something unforgivable. I'll keep that in mind, but I can't make any promises. That's your prerogative, of course. But if you don't bring me, don't you be too surprised if I'm not here when you get back. An ultimatum. I'm counting on you, boss. Well... I'll be honest, I was just fucking with you. I was gonna bring you the whole time.
The U-Bahn rattles to a halt at the edge of Kreutzberg. You're only a few blocks away from Schattennest, the keys that Maxim and his smugglers call home. According to Samuel, they should be expecting you.
Look, boss, I just wanted to thank you for bringing me along on this one. It means a lot.
Don't sweat it. Even Shadowrunners have families.
Alexander, he's a good kid, you know? If I'd been there for him. If I hadn't run off to Berlin, left him with his worthless sack of a dad, he'd never have fallen in with those humanist pigs in the first place. Let's go find my nephew. While we're at it, let's crack all the humanist skulls we can along the way. Those fuckers have it coming in more ways than I can count. Whoa there, Beanpole. I know where you think you're headed, but you should turn around and go back the way you came.
I've got business on the other side of that barricade. One way or the other, that's where I'm going.
Well, you look like you can handle yourself. But even still, I'm telling you, the people out there are bad news. There are gangs on the other side of this barricade who'd skin you alive as soon as look at you.
Well then, I'll just have to skin them first.
Alright, be my guest. Go play with the torture gangs. But something tells me you'd be a better fit out there anyway. Let him by, Sergey. Be careful out there. Well, 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 if it isn't the muscle that Tuck promised us. Look who it is, everybody. The new hires have elected to grace us with their presence. Nice of you to join us. You're late, chummer. Drop the attitude, or you can roll into this meeting without me. Well, you come highly recommended, so I suppose I'll overlook it. Look, you want to do this thing, or you want to stand around talking about it? Pile in, people. Killer Krieg is right. Let's get to it. Damn it. I knew this was gonna happen. I fucking knew it! Everybody pile out of the van, get ready, Killer Krieg. We're gonna need some muscle in a second. Sweeping your gaze over the gangers assembled before you, you identify the owner of the voice, a leathery woman with wild hair and a mirthless smile. Hello out there. Welcome to Rambach territory. This case belongs to Surf Turf Slag, has for months. Better clear on out of their way before they show up and force you out. Surf Turf? Those tunnel rats? They're ancient history. Go ahead and call them if you don't believe me. Scream as loud as you want. They won't hear you. We buried them last week. Congratulations on your victory. You must have taken some losses in the fight, though. I'm betting you're not at 100%. Why don't you let us cross the bridge in peace? There's no need for any bloodshed today. You know what? You're absolutely right. We don't need to fight. You just pay us a small toll. We'll be more than happy to let you cross our bridge. I'm thinking, say, 500 Nuyen per van. Otherwise, you better find yourself another way to get where you're going. Because this bridge is ours. Nobody crosses without paying the toll. Nobody. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this does need to get violent. Get ready to ventilate these assholes, Killer Krieg. We got a schedule to keep. Don't worry, we've got your back. Good. Take him down, boys! Open fire! That was unpleasant. All part of the job, though, eh? You tell me. You're the big-time smuggler. I'm just hired muscle, right, mate? Yeah, well, trust me. It happens. I'm just glad that I had you here to cover me. Always good to have a competent man at your back. Gotta admit, Killer Krieg, this attack has made me nervous. We're running late, we're low on ammo. There's no time to call for reinforcements. Whichever way you slice it, we won't be going into this meet at our best. When we roll up to the meeting site, be ready. We may need the element of surprise if negotiations go south. You just worry about getting us paid. I can handle myself. Yeah, I could see that. And don't worry about it. You'll get what's coming to you. No welcoming party. This isn't a good sign. It's almost as if they didn't expect us to make it here. My thoughts exactly. This puts us in a bad spot, Killer Krieg. I'm not sure what our next step is. We need answers, and we need to get paid. I'm gonna go have a talk with them. What you're gonna do, knock on the front door? What makes you think they'll even answer? They've done a pretty good job of avoiding us so far. Leave that to me, friend. I have a hard time avoiding us when I'm in there, kicking down doors and lighting fires. You've got to be kidding me. That's a Humanist compound, pal. You go in there, you aren't gonna come back out. You want to get paid, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. But I don't see how you getting yourself killed is gonna accomplish that. Leave it to me. I'll get you your money and some answers. You're serious, aren't you? You're really going in there. Well, be my guest. I won't get in your way. When you make it back, if you make it back, we'll be out here waiting for you.
The Humanus compound smells like a locker room, and doesn't look much better. Calling the building run down would be an understatement. The paint is peeling off the cheap Duraplast walls, and the tiles on the floor are mired with decades worth of grime. It's an old, ugly place, perfectly suited to the old, ugly ideology being practiced here. You enter the compound. The information that Samuel Beckenbauer sent you here to find lies somewhere ahead. Well, that's not good. Alright, everyone, stay frosty. They may know we're here, but that doesn't mean they're going to win. Not for sure, at least. Locker codes. We need to come back here later for supplies. What would these guys say? gives me an idea.
I knew it. I knew that Alexander wouldn't buy into their bullshit. Come on, boss. He's still here somewhere. There's still time.
stocky man in a military surplus jacket enters the room. He's flanked on either side by a pair of young women. Their faces are masked by a white kerchiefs, and each of them carries an unholstered pistol. Lower your weapons, girls. We have a guest. There, that's better. I've shown you hospitality, stranger. Now it's time for you to return the favor. So tell me, why are you here? I've read your work, and I'd like to sign up. Oh, really? How interesting. Well, stranger, I'll give you this. You've got balls. Most new recruits apply at the front desk. They don't come waltzing into my private office. And they certainly don't come armed. I'm not most recruits. No, I'd say not. In fact, I don't think you're here to join us at all. In fact, I think that you're a liar and a troll lover, and you've come here with hostile intent. And I think that makes you a special kind of fool. Whatever you have planned, I'm going to put a stop to it. It's a little late for that, race traitor. You've just brought me the last of what I need. The gas that you hauled in for us. It's going to prove every word that we've been saying. The trogs, the halfers, the goddamn dandelion eaters. One whiff of this stuff, and they're gonna tear each other apart. And then they'll spill into the good, human neighborhoods, where we'll be waiting to stop them. You just watch and wait, traitor. It'll be a bloodbath. The only bloodbath tonight is going to happen right here, in this room. I've heard just about enough insolence from you. I might just have my men teach you some manners. And as luck would have it, here they come now.
Alexander!
Uncle Dietrich? Shoot him, Alexander. This man is an intruder and a traitor, come here to do us harm.
If you're gonna put a shell in someone, put it in the stall. He's a monster, Alex. I know you can see that.
You swore an oath to us, Alexander. You will be a man and keep it. Listen to Dietrich, Alexander. He's a good man.
Is he? Where the hell was he when my dad used to beat the shit out of me? Where was he when I got tossed out on the street? I didn't know, Alex. By the time I found out, the damage had already been done.
Alexander, you will listen to me and obey your oath.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
If you side with Humanus, I'm going to have to kill you. I don't want to, but I will.
We're gonna have to fight our way out of here, Alex. And I don't want to fight you.
If you don't pull that trigger right now, we will put you down with the rest of this filth.
Uncle Dietrich, I'm sorry. Do Do what you have to do, Alex. It's your choice.
Do it, you stupid boy! Do it!
Damn, he got away. now we ambush.
Ah, shit, that's the armory door, Chief. I'm coming out now. Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way out. You burst through the door out to the Humanist compound and into the crisp night air. You're not far from your extraction point. Time to go. Crazy night, huh? I hope that this was worth the trouble. Any luck finding our money in there? Nope. I don't think they ever had it to begin with. But I guarantee you, they'll think pretty hard about crossing smugglers again. I can live with that.
Thank Christ that's over with. You okay, Alexander?
Yeah, Uncle Dietrich, I'm okay. But those guys, I knew them. One of them was my bunkmate. I killed him.
Couldn't be helped. If you hadn't, he'd have killed you. Believe it. We're gonna take you far away from here. Back to the Kreuzbase. Get you the help that you need.
Yeah. Okay, Uncle. Okay.
Thanks for this, boss. My nephew's safe, and I owe you. One other thing. The Dragon Slayer's happy too. We just did a ballsy thing, protected my family, and gave a monster a bloody nose in the process.
It wasn't a big deal, Dietrich. I would have brought you along anyway.
Appreciate it. But you should know that he's happy, all the same. You should also know that the Dragon Slayer is pleased, tends to be generous with his rewards.
You have my attention.
Yeah, thought I might. Can feel the power coursing through me, boss. I don't know what form it'll take yet, but it's there. And soon enough I'll be able to use it.
I don't mean to break this up, but we need to get moving. Kid, you're with us. The rest of you pile into the other van. You can continue having your moment when we get back to the shot nest.
Killer Krieg, I have new information for you to discuss about the estate. Please come as soon as you can.
Some things I have to do first.
Hello again, mein Freund. What can I do for you?
I've uncovered what Humanus is up to. You'll find the details on this datapad.
This fits with Humanus' established pattern of behavior. Horrific and vile. According to this datapad, Humanus compounds all over Berlin have similar shipments. They are planning to destroy the gas tomorrow morning. I have a feeling that the Flux State will have a thing or two to say about that. Stahl has overstepped his bounds. His hubris will be his undoing. You mark my words, within the next few hours, the Humanus Pullet Club is going to take a hammering that will make the Night of Rage look like a peace rally. I owe you a great deal, Killer Krieg. We all do. I will wire your payment to the account number that Amsel provided. Pleasure doing business with you. Welcome back. You need some weapons? Some ammunition, perhaps?
I have the cash. Well, actually, I need the cash. I need to sell some weapons. Welcome back. What can I do for you, my friend? I need medical supplies.